everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today we're back here for another mansion build, and today we're going to go ahead and create this country estate mansion. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up in the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I will also have a link in the description to the online gallery if you want to go ahead and download the build that way. So like I said, this is called a country estate mansion. It's built on a 64 by 64 lot in Brilliant Bay. It has 7 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, and it came in at 451,868 simoleons. So, you know, again, that is on the pricey side, but once again as well, this is a mansion build after all. It's only 64 by 64 lot. I don't really like to restrict myself on price, and at the end of the day, this is going to be for your richer sims anyway, so I suppose that price kind of works out alright. So I think this is going up on the 8th of August. Now, normally I don't upload on a Thursday. It's normally a Wednesday, Friday, and a Sunday. Sunday being the mansion build, and sometimes I do bonus ones like on Friday as well. But we are getting the Machino stuff pack next week, and I will be sharing some early access videos from the 14th. So I don't really want to upload another kind of mansion build on Sunday as well. And then start doing loads of early access videos the next day. So just to spread it out a bit, I'm doing this video today, and then my regular Sunday mansion build be on Saturday. And also as well, my Saturday's mansion build will be my 100th mansion, which is crazy to say. So that'll be coming up as well. I've been working on that. I'm really happy how it's turning out so far. And hopefully as well with that I'll be doing face cam just as something a little bit more special for it being the 100th mansion build. And yeah, so this build today though, I'm really happy how this one turned out as well. It's kind of got like a mix of a traditional and modern theme to it. Not ultra modern though, but more of like an updated kind of style modern. So some like interior aspects are a little bit more on the modern side than traditional. But I'm really happy how this build turned out. And it is in Brilliant Bay, which is one of my favourite worlds to build in, because it's all related to cats and dogs build mode items, which I absolutely love. So I didn't actually mention what packs we use in today's build. Now, there are a lot of packs used, so I used all the expansions apart from Get to Work, and then I used for game packs, Jungle Adventure, Parenthood, Dine Out and Spa Day, and then for the stuff packs, I used Laundry Day, Cool Kitchen, and Perfect Patio. So actually, you know, looking, apart from the, you know, expansions, the other packs I've used, it isn't actually a lot. I thought it was actually a lot, but what I did was, similar to what I've been doing in the last couple of builds, is say if I use like one item from one pack, I'll just go ahead and remove that item from the build, just so it's one less pack that's on the list on the gallery, just to make it a little bit easier for you to download. So I've been doing that. So this build today, it's kind of got like the main part of the house here, and then it's kind of on the left hand side, it's got like that little walkway thing over to another kind of part of the house, which has got like a living room on the bottom floor, and then upstairs, which you like access from the main part of the house. That's got the master bedroom and the master bathroom there. There's also 2 garages in this build as well, which is a little bit overkill, but I don't know why, but I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, like why I've decided to put 2 garages in, but I'll tell you that in a second. So yeah, 2 garages, and then there's also like a little gazebo area in the back garden area. You can kind of see in the background where it's got like all the little fence trellis thing on the top. I actually changed that into an actual roof, but that's the thing there. There's also the pool area and a few other things here and there. So like I was saying, why I did 2 garages. Now, when I was actually on holiday a few weeks ago, I was going to try, whilst I was there, to kind of plan out a mansion build, because I don't really kind of have a plan for my builds when I go into them. I just start and then I go from there. But I think that sometimes it is kind of nice to have kind of like a plan or something. So I wanted to try that out, because I know my friend Yorkie does that a lot for his builds, but he actually like makes like a drawing of them, and I thought it was a really nice idea, so I wanted to try it out. But I just couldn't really find myself to do it. I don't know why. It's just because I think it's so different from what I've done before. So I was going to try and do it, but I just couldn't really figure something out. But the only thing that I did do, and what I started off doing, was having a garage at the back of the lot and also at the front of the lot, and have like a big driveway kind of going through it. And I just kind of thought it was like a nice addition to the place. Like having garages kind of makes me think of like this place has got lots of expensive cars and things like that. So that's kind of the reason why I did that. I know it's a little bit unnecessary, but I kind of just wanted to do that. So in one of the garages, which is the one at the front, that's got 2 kind of sporty looking cars in it. And then the one at the back is actually being changed into a gym, which I normally do anyway with garage areas in my build. So that's what I did there. And yeah, so the backyard area is very spacious as well. And for a change today, I didn't actually do any kind of like sort of gardening related items like a greenhouse or anything like that. And I don't even know why I did it really. It was more just for the space. Normally I do that in all my builds, but I thought it would just be a change. So if you do want to go ahead and add some gardening items in, then where you can see that patch of grass there in the back garden area, next to the driveway, going through into the main part of the garden area, there's a bit of grass there, so that could be a good place to put down some planter boxes and stuff if you want to use that. I also did some outdoor lighting there, as you just saw. I don't always do that in my builds. Sometimes I'll just do like lights on the porches and stuff like that, but for a change I really wanted to try and do the thumbnail today in like at night time. So again, I actually saw my friend Yorkie do this, and we were actually talking about this a little while ago, about kind of thumbnails and, you know, doing something different for them, and I really wanted to try that out, and I put lights like everywhere on the build. I did like align the driveway with them. Again, I did the porch lights, I did lights on the exterior walls as well around the house, but even with all of that, this thumbnail, like the screenshot, turned out way too dark, so I don't really know why it was doing that. It was really frustrating, so I ended up not doing that for the thumbnail, as you would have saw, but there is lots of outdoor lighting in this build as well. I also did like a few lampposts as well. I do that a lot actually. I kind of like how those look, so I did a lot of those around the build too. And so now we're just working on the interior, on the furnishing, as you can see. So we kind of did the main living room area. Well, actually, it's kind of, there's two living room areas. Well, actually, there's three living room areas. Normally, sometimes there's like one main one because it's like slightly bigger than the others. But actually, all three living rooms in today's build are fairly like similar in size. So the one that worked on before with like the blue stripy wallpaper was kind of a more formal one. I don't think it had a TV in there. There's also the one with like the creamy wallpaper just behind this kitchen here too, like at the front of the house. That's got like a TV in it, a little bit more relaxed type of room. And then where I said earlier about that kind of guest house sort of thing, like, well, it's not really a guest house, it's kind of just an extension on the left hand side of the lot, where you kind of go through where I said the master bedroom is above. Well, on the down floor, the ground floor I guess, there is the third living room area in there, which has a few other activities like a dartboard. It has another TV seating area, and it also has a bar area in there as well. I think there is actually like 2 or 3 bar areas in this build, which I don't know why, but I always go kind of overkill with those in my builds for some reason. I know, like, it's just like a good space filler, and a lot of the time in mansions where I have like a big formal dining room, I always feel like it's nice to include that as well, like a little bar area. So there's one in the dining room, there's one in that third living room which is separate to the main part of the house, and there's also one under the under the gazebo area as well, outdoors. So there's 3 there, so definitely more than you need. And yeah, so this right here is kind of the informal kind of living room, so that's the one that has a TV in it, and I'm just going around putting a few decorations in there. And also as well, just another note, is that I kind of edited this build a lot more than usual. Sometimes if a build doesn't take me that long, then for the speed build I won't really edit it that heavily, because there's just no need to, because the length of the video turns out to be, you know, like the normal length that I try to do. Generally for my builds, or just videos in general, I try to keep them like at the 15-minute mark or under. So this one was going to be a lot longer than that. I think this build took me about 2.5 hours to do, maybe a little bit longer actually, but it's still not a long time actually. So I did actually end up having a lot of footage though, so the build was going to be over half an hour long, even after I sped everything up to the maximum amount. So I did have to go back and edit this video a little bit more heavily, so let me know what you think about that. Does it kind of bother you, or do you not mind it, or do you prefer it when I kind of, you know, just not really edit it as much? So let me know if you have any opinions on that. And yeah, so we're just working on the bedrooms now. And also another thing I did in this build is that normally what I do in my builds is that I switch up the order I do everything in, and that just kind of keeps it a little bit more interesting for the speed build video itself. But for today's video I did it slightly more ordered, so I did pretty much all the exterior before we started doing the interior furnishing, and now we kind of did all the downstairs, and now we're doing all the upstairs, and then after we finish the bedrooms we've got the gym to do in the garage area at the back of the house, and that is it, I think. So like I said, there are 7 bedrooms. Now, a lot of them are neutral, but I have included a few more personalised rooms here and there in this build. So there is one kind of twin girls room, which is this one right here. When I kind of went into this, as you kind of see the positioning of the room, how there's like 2 beds on either side of the room, it's kind of like, you know, the mirroring each other. I was going to think of maybe like an opposite twins theme to this, which I didn't end up doing, but if you want to go ahead and do that, then feel free, because this room's kind of got like a nice layout where it's kind of easy to do that. So if you wanted to do that, then feel free. And then I did also go ahead and do like a teen girls room, also a teen boys room, and then I think the other ones are just fairly neutral, which I prefer to do most of the time anyway, because I feel like it's easier for you to take any type of family you have and try and fit it into one of my builds, and it's much easier to do that if all the rooms are neutral rather than personalised. So now we're going to start working on this teen girls room here, and all the rooms in this build are very, very spacious. I think pretty much all of them, maybe apart from that kids room there, and maybe one there as well, but they all have fireplaces and like TV, like a little sitting area as well in all the rooms, since all just got the space for it, I should say. So I did go ahead and do that in, well, just all the rooms that had the space for it, so that's what I did. And I kind of thought it was a really nice touch as well, because, you know, this build is very kind of grand, and as I was saying at the beginning, it is definitely more for your more richer Sims as well. So I feel like having those little extra details and luxuries here and there kind of go well with that sort of theme that I thought of as I was building this home. So this right here is like the teen boys room. Now, even seeing that, you know, how I was saying like this, you know, the teen boys room, teen girls room, it doesn't have to be for that, because I didn't really do a lot of personalised decorations. It's more just the colour scheme I went for makes me think of that. But again, if you have anything else in mind for what that could be for, then feel free to do that in your own game. And a lot of the rooms do have their own ensuite bathrooms. The master bedroom does, this one has, and I think another one does too, or maybe yeah, I think it does actually. And then the other ones are kind of just general, where you can just access them from, like, you know, more public areas in the home. And this room right here, I actually really like this room. It is on the very neutral side, but it just feels very kind of grand and luxurious, and I really love how this one turned out. So again, no kind of personality to this room, but it just turned out really nicely in terms of the furnishings. That's what I did there. And yes, so we're kind of nearing the end of the build here. Like I was saying, hopefully on Saturday or Sunday if I don't end up getting it finished, but I'm aiming for Saturday to be my normal, what would be Sunday's mansion build, but on Saturday, and that, like I said, will be my 100th mansion build. And hopefully, again, like I said, I will do a face cam with that. I did get a haircut today, but hopefully, you know, just with everything working out, I can get time to do a face cam. So no promises, but I'm going to try to. And then, like I said, from the 14th, I can start sharing my Moschino stuff pack videos. I don't actually have the game yet, but I just was wondering as well if you have any other ideas what I could do with the pack, because I haven't had like a full look around what's going to be included in the build buy section, so I haven't really thought about any build ideas yet. I did ask us the other day in the trailer analysis video of the pack, but if you, I'm just going to say it again, if you do have any ideas at all that I could do with the pack, then feel free to let me know in the comment section, as it is very useful to hear. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and you can go ahead and download this build from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!